Hey everyone! That looks amazing.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Leah Daily English. I'm so happy you're here with us today. Whether you're listening on your way to work, studying at home, or just relaxing, you're in exactly the right place. Hey, everyone. James here. Great to have you all back. I was actually just making some tea before we started recording today. I do this every single time.
You keep doing that every single day.
I know, I can't help it. But wait, did you notice what you just said? You said you keep doing that. That's actually today's topic right there.
Oh, wow. Yes, that's a perfect example. Today, we're talking about two really common English verbs, keep and put. These two words come up in conversation constantly, but a lot of learners mix them up or aren't sure when to use each one.
And by the end of this episode, you're going to know exactly when to say keep and when to say put. You'll also learn some really useful phrases and expressions that native speakers use every day.
Here's a question for you right now, and we want you to write your answer in the comments. Do you use the word keep or put more often in your daily English? Tell us below.
We love reading your comments. It really helps us understand what you're working on. And if you're not subscribed to Leah Daily English yet, please hit that subscribe button right now. We post new episodes every week, and we don't want you to miss a single one.
Okay, let's get into it. This is going to be a really fun one.
All right, let's go.
Starting with the basics. So let's start with keep. The basic structure is really simple. Subject plus keep plus object. For example, I keep my keys on the table, or she keeps her phone in her bag.
Right. And the main idea behind keep is that something stays in a place, or you continue doing something. There are two big uses. First, keep for location, where something stays. Second, keep for continuation, doing something repeatedly or without stopping.
Let me give you some everyday location examples. I keep my passport in a drawer. We keep the milk in the fridge. He keeps his shoes by the door. In all of these, something is stored in a regular place. That's where it lives.
Exactly. And then there's keep for continuation. She keeps forgetting her umbrella. I keep making the same mistake. They keep arguing about the same thing. Notice that when we use keep for continuation, it's keep plus verb with ing.
That's such an important point. Keep plus verbing, not keep to forget. That's wrong. It's keep forgetting, not keep to make. It's keep making. The ing form is always there.
Can you think of something you keep doing over and over? Maybe you keep staying up late, or you keep drinking too much coffee. Write it in the comments using this structure. I keep. We want to read your examples.
Now let's look at the negative form. I can't keep doing this. She doesn't keep anything organized. Don't keep interrupting me. The negative is supernatural in everyday speech. And we can also say keep on. It means the same as keep plus verb ing, but it sounds even more emphatic. He kept on talking, even after the meeting ended. She just kept on walking and didn't look back.
That one sounds quite dramatic, actually. A little bit, right? But it's a real phrase that people use. So, just to recap this section, keep has two main uses. One, something stays in a location. Two, an action continues or repeats. And when it's an action, you always need keep plus verb ing.
Great! Now let's talk about put. Put is all about movement. You're moving something to a place. The structure is subject plus put plus object plus location. So, I put my keys on the table. She put her phone in her bag.
Wait, those sound almost the same as the keep examples. I put my keys on the table. I keep my keys on the table. What's the difference?
Great question. The difference is the moment in time. When you put something somewhere, you're describing the action of placing it there right now. When you keep something somewhere, it's about the habit. That's where it always lives.
Oh, that's a really clear way to think about it. So I'm putting my keys on the table. I'm doing it now. But I keep my keys on the table. That's always where they are. They live there.
Exactly. Let me give you more put examples. Can you put the dishes in the sink? I put the report on your desk this morning. She put the kids to bed at 8 o'clock. In every one of those, someone is moving something to a place.
Put is also very common in phrases and expressions. For example, put on. Put on your shoes. Put on a jacket. Put on some music. Put on means to place something onto your body or to start something playing.
And then there's put away. I put my clothes away. He put the toys away. Put away means to return something to its proper place after using it. Parents say this one a lot.
I feel like I heard that every day as a kid. Put your things away. Classic.
Same. Now, let me give you 3 tips to remember put clearly. First, put always involves movement. Something is going from one place to another. Second, put is usually a one-time action, not a habit. Third, put is always followed by a location. You don't just say, I put it. You see, I put it somewhere.
That third tip is really important. Put needs a destination. I put the book? That sounds incomplete. I put the book on the shelf. Now that sounds natural and complete.
Now, here's a little practice for you. Try to write one sentence with put in the comments. Tell us something you put somewhere today. Maybe, I put my coffee on my desk this morning. What about you? Write it below.
To review this section, put is about placing something in a location with movement. It's usually a one-time action, and it always needs a destination to sound complete.
All right, now let's put them together, no pun intended, and really see how keep and put work side by side, because this is where it gets really interesting and really useful for your everyday English. Let's try some situations. Imagine your friend asks, "Where's the sugar?" Now, you could say 2 different things. I keep the sugar in the cabinet, or I just put the sugar in the cabinet.
And those mean different things. I keep the sugar in the cabinet means that's where it always is. That's its home. I just put the sugar in the cabinet means I placed it there just now. Maybe I was just using it.
Here's another one. Your boss says, "Where are the files?" You say, "I keep the files in the top drawer." That means you always store them there. But if your boss says, "What did you do with the files?" You might say, "I put them on your desk." You moved them there.
Okay, let's do a situation together. Imagine we're roommates. I come home and I can't find the remote control. What do I say?
You'd probably say, "Where did you put the remote?" Because you're asking about the action of placing it somewhere.
And you might answer, "Oh, I keep it next to the TV," because that's where it lives in our apartment.
Exactly. Where did you put it? Asking about a specific action. I keep it there. Talking about a regular location. That contrast is so natural in real conversation.
Here's a tip for politeness. When you're asking someone to move something, you say put. Can you put that over here, please? Or could you put these bags down? You wouldn't say, can you keep that over here? That changes the meaning completely.
Right. Keep that over here means leave it here permanently. Put that over here means move it to this spot. Big difference.
Okay, I want you to try this out loud right now. Say these 2 sentences. I keep my journal in my nightstand. And then, I put my journal in my bag this morning. Say them both. Notice how keep feels like a fact about your life, and put feels like a story about what happened.
That's such a great way to feel the difference. Say them out loud, really. Your mouth needs to practice this, not just your brain. And if you feel comfortable, share your own sentences in the comments. We're reading every single one.
Okay, let's talk about mistakes. And honestly, these are mistakes that even advanced learners make. I've made some of these too when I was learning, so you're definitely not alone.
Mistake number 1, using put when you mean keep. For example, I put my money in the bank. Okay, that can be correct if you're talking about a specific deposit you made today. But if someone asks, where do you save your money? And you say, I put my money in the bank? That sounds a bit strange. The better answer is, I keep my money in the bank because it's a habit, a regular thing.
The key is asking yourself, is this a one-time action or a regular habit? One-time action? Use put. Regular habit or location? Use keep. Mistake number 2, forgetting the ing after keep. A very common error is saying, I keep forget my password. That's incorrect. The correct version is, I keep forgetting my password. Always keep plus verb ing, not keep plus base verb.
I love this mistake because it's so easy to fix once you know the rule. Just add ing. I keep losing my phone. She keeps coming late. They keep making noise.
Mistake number 3, saying keep when you need a destination. Someone might say, I keep my car, but that sounds incomplete. Keep it where? The natural version is, I keep my car in the garage. Keep for locations almost always needs a place word after it.
Mistake number 4 is a fun one. People sometimes say put in mind when they mean keep in mind. Put in mind that the meeting is at 3. That's not natural. The correct phrase is keep in mind that the meeting is at 3. Keep in mind is a set expression. You can't replace keep with put there.
Ooh, that's a really good one. Keep in mind is fixed. Don't put in there. Practice saying keep in mind, keep in mind, keep in mind. Make it stick.
And honestly, making these mistakes is completely normal. Every learner goes through this. The fact that you're here, listening and learning, that already puts you ahead. You're doing great. Absolutely. The goal isn't to be perfect. The goal is to keep getting better. See what I did there? I kept using keep. All right, it's practice time. We're going to do a choose the correct sentence activity. I'll give you 2 options, and you decide which one sounds more natural. Ready?
Ready. And everyone listening, actually say the answer out loud before we tell you. This is how your brain learns best, by speaking, not just listening.
Situation 1. You want to tell someone where you store your extra blankets. Which sounds better? Option A, I put extra blankets in the closet. Option B, I keep extra blankets in the closet.
Option B is better. I keep extra blankets in the closet because it's a regular storage location, a habit. Option A isn't wrong, but it sounds like you just put them there right now.
Situation 2. You want to tell your friend what you did this morning. Option A, I kept my phone on the charger. Option B, I put my phone on the charger.
Option B, I put my phone on the charger because this is a specific action you did this morning. It's a one-time event.
Situation 3. You want to explain that someone won't stop texting you. Option A, she keeps texting me. Option B, she puts texting me.
Option A, she keeps texting me.
The ing form with keep shows the action is repeated and continuing. She puts texting me doesn't work at all in English. Situation 4. You're giving advice. Option A, keep in mind that prices may change. Option B, put in mind that prices may change.
Option A every time.
Keep in mind. It's a fixed expression. We never say put in mind. Now, here's your challenge, and we really want to see you do this. Create your own sentence using keep and your own sentence using put about your real life. Something true about your daily routine or something you did today. Write them both in the comments. And remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. Real conversation is about communicating, not being perfect. Every sentence you write is practice, and practice is how you grow.
Wow, we covered so much today, and I honestly think this is going to make a real difference in how you use everyday English.
Keep and put are two of the most common verbs in the language, and now you really understand how they're different.
Let me quickly list the 3 main things we learned today. Number 1, keep is for location habits, things that always stay somewhere, like I keep my wallet in my jacket. Number 2, keep plus verb ing is for repeated or continuing actions, like she keeps arriving late. And number 3, put is for the action of placing something somewhere in a specific moment, like I put my bag on the chair.
You are doing such great work just by showing up and listening. Language learning takes time, and every single episode you watch is a step forward. Be patient with yourself. You're getting better every day, even when it doesn't feel like it.
Here's a little question to think about before our next episode. Where do you keep something that might surprise people? Maybe you keep your snacks in a weird place, or you keep your phone in an unusual spot. Tell us in the comments. We love hearing about your real life.
And if you enjoyed today's episode, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps our channel grow. Share this with a friend who's learning English too. And don't forget to subscribe to Leah Daily English so you never miss an episode. We're here every week with new topics, new conversations, and new practice for you. We're here every week with new topics, new conversations, and new practice for you.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us today. We really mean it. You could be doing anything right now, and you chose to invest in your English. That's something to be proud of. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and keep believing in yourself. We'll be right here cheering you on. See you next time.